was a hum above the sink, a fading tune you'd always sing. The floor still held a gentle beat, like footsteps trailing slow retreat. A record spun but never played, its cover worn, the label frayed. I sat beside the breathing room before it settled into gloom. The melody was barely there, but lingered through the hollow air. Songs before the silence stayed in coffee, steam and light that swayed. They held the warmth the walls forgot, the final sound the evening caught. Still circling through the dust, those songs that carried us. The door creaked twice, the kettle sighed, then silence came and split the tide. I didn't move, I didn't speak. The quiet rose and kissed my cheek. It wasn't grief, it wasn't peace, just something slow that wouldn't cease. Songs before the silence knew the way we loved when days felt new. They wrapped around the empty chair and hung beneath forgotten air. Still present, soft as trust, those songs inside the I didn't play them loud or long. They weren't a hit, they weren't strong, but each one knew a part of me, the part that fades too quietly. Songs before the silence rest within the echoes I suppress. They weren't meant for crowds or praise, but held me through the hollow days. Still playing deep and just those songs that knew of us. And when the quiet fully came, they stayed without a name. The room adjusted when I came, but nothing called me by my name. I fill the space like aging wood, too steady there to be understood. The chair beneath me didn't shift. It knew the weight I wouldn't live. My breath aligned with ticking walls. The silence echoed through the halls. I wasn't hidden, wasn't small, just part of what I lived it all. I was the quiet, not the sound, the pause before the world unwound, the page that waited, not yet turned, the smoke before the paper burned. Not absent, just unseen, a whisper in between. They passed me like a steady breeze, assuming I had made my peace. But every glance that missed my place was met by stillness I embraced. I didn't move to leave a mark. I was the hush that framed the dark. I was the quiet, not the plea, the space where hearts forget to flee, the flicker found in resting eyes, the moment dust becomes disguise. Not broken, not unclean, but woven through the sea. I wasn't missed, I was the frame around the picture they can't name. Still beating, still serene, I was what's in between. And when they leave and songs decay, I stay in all they didn't say. It wasn't midnight or some storm, just morning light that lost its form. The coffee brewed but held its chill. The ticking clock began to still. A shirt still hung behind the door, its shape familiar, used before. But something in the fabric's fall no longer felt like me at all. began there. The hallway hummed a muted tone, where keys once swung, I walked alone. A foot or lean but wouldn't fall. It knew the cost of standing tall. It wasn't loud, it didn't sting. It whispered through the smallest things. My fate began there, in the glance between what stayed and what advanced. Not shouted out, not sharply drawn, but softly peeled from who I'd gone. Still walking unaware that I had started The room remembered more than me, its silence full of clarity. And as I stepped beyond the frame, I left behind what had no name. My fate began there, not in pain, but in the rhythm left mundane. The world still moved, but I did not. A presence dimmed, a self forgot. Still present, thin as air. My fate began right there. And somewhere in that softened bend, I ceased to call myself again. The porch light blinked like it forgot the faces once this doorway caught. My coat still hung behind the door, as if I hadn't asked for more. Each morning brew the same old tea. The steam rose up but didn't see. The clock just ticked with steady breath, a metronome too slow for death. The hallway knew, the mirror guessed, but still I stayed in quiet dress. I waited for never, held it tight, sat through dim rooms that feared the light. It wasn't love, it wasn't war, just empty steps across the floor. Still hoping something I can't name. I wasn't stuck, I wasn't free. I lived in maybe silently. I waited for never, not to win, but just to feel time wrap my skin. The days grew long, the air grew thin, and silence wore a knowing grin. Still seated like forever, I waited for never. No letter came, but still I wrote to names that barely learned to float. And in the ink I left unsaid, I bet the hours I should have fled. I waited for never, full of grace. In every shadow, time can trace. I didn't ask, I didn't plead, I just became the quiet need. Still breathing in forever, I waited for never. And if you wonder where I be, it's just the place that waits like me. The stove was warm, the lights were low. The hallway knew what I didn't show. The match was near, the breath was tight, but silence held its final right. You stirred your tea, I watched the steam, like thoughts that never dared to scream. The air grew thick with what we missed, a room untouched, a glance dismissed. The heat was there, but didn't claim. It sat between us, wrapped in flame. Before the fire spoke, we knew the sparks had waited quiet, true. It wasn't rage, it wasn't wild, just truth that trembled soft and style. Not burned, not yet awoke, but ready to be spoke. The kitchen light began to fade, like promises we never made. but aching to be spoke. Until the fire spoke. And in that room we left behind, the heat remains. Without a sign. I passed the line, but missed the turn. The sky grew pale, the colors burned. The signs were there, but didn't stay. They blurred beneath silver gray. The road kept curving without end, like thoughts I never tried to mend. The tree stood still with open arms, but offered neither truth nor harm. Each mile a thread, each breath a sway. I couldn't leave, I couldn't stay. Somewhere in the drift I float, too far to touch, too faint to quote. I didn't crash, I didn't climb, just slipped beyond the edge of time. Still moving, undefined, somewhere I can't rewind. The radio played songs I knew, but none of them could pull me through. They spoke of fire, of a wind, of rain, but I just watched the window pane. The silence hummed beneath each chord, like names we left but never stored. Somewhere in the drift I roam, a borrowed thought. I never fled, but part of me walked on instead. And in the space that never shifts, I float in wordless rifts. Somewhere in the drift I breathe, not gone, not sharp, just underneath. I don't retreat, I don't advance, I'm caught between a passing glance. Still there, still not adrift, somewhere beneath the lift. And if you ever feel me near, it's just the drift I hold sincere. The floor was clean, the coffee warm, the window caught the morning storm. A jacket hung that looked like mine, but something blurred along the line. They spoke of plans, they passed the bread. I smiled like stories I had read, but all their words fell out of frame, like distant echoes tied to name. The room accepted what it knew, but didn't speak in tones I grew. I didn't belong there, though I stayed. My footsteps soft, my colors grayed. It wasn't fear, it wasn't pride, just something off I couldn't hide. Still seated, still aware, I didn't belong there. The picture smiled from every wall, but none recalled the quiet fall. The lights were bright, the air was kind, yet still I search for ties to bind. Their laughter filled the space with grace, but left me outside of the place. I didn't belong there, though I tried to find myself within their tide. I raised my glass, I not turn round. The hallway sighed beneath my weight, each step a page that turned too late. The air was still, the light was thin, and something faded deep within. The jacket draped across the chair still held a warmth that wasn't there. I didn't speak, I didn't weep, but something left and didn't sleep. I didn't drop it all at once, it slipped between the hours I blunted. The breath I lost remains behind in whispers I can't seem to find. It carried weight I never knew, a part of me that once felt true, still echoing through frost. The breath I didn't toss. The mirror caught my shape just right, but blurred beneath the morning light. The hands I raised felt oddly still, like reaching without any will. I thought I held it when I spoke, but it dissolved beneath the smoke. The breath I lost had form and sound, but left me where I wasn't found. It wasn't fear, it wasn't flame, just something soft without a name, still circling through the frost. The breath I didn't toss. It wasn't stolen, wasn't torn, it simply left the day I mourned. And every time I tried to speak, it slipped away before the peak. The breath I lost still haunts the air. In every pause it lingers there, a hush that clings to all I write, a shadow stitched to every night, still pulsing through the gloss. The breath I didn't toss. And if you feel the chill I cast, The sidewalk cracked beneath my shoes. Each line a choice I didn't choose. I passed the gate with rusted grace, but found the lock in the same place. The gravel knew the weight I brought, but not the reason I had sought. Each corner turned with hopeful sway, yet led me back the same old way. Not lost, but tracing something faint, a path that didn't draw pain. Steps that led nowhere still felt real. They echoed truths I couldn't heal. The turns I took, the ground I knew, all circled back without a view. Not broken, just threadbare. These steps that led nowhere. The wind had changed, but not enough to shift the dust from habits rough. I watched the trees repeat their pose, as if they too had once chose. The silence in each footfall said, this isn't new, it's where I've tread. Steps that led nowhere didn't lie. They marked the sky, they met my side. They weren't a map, they weren't a sign, just ground that knew this drift was mine. Not loud, not proud, just bare. These steps that led I walked to feel the shift within, but never asked where I had been. And every print I failed to trace still lived beneath the same embrace. Steps that led nowhere held me tight. They walked beside me every night. They didn't end, they didn't claim, but kept me near without a knife. Still moving, unaware of how I stayed right there. And in the dusk, where stillness grew, the ground remembered more than I knew. I set the table every night with silverware that caught the light. The plates still warm, the chairs are lined, but laughter left the edge behind. I walk the halls, I move the dust. The pictures stared but lost their trust. My name still hung beneath the frame, but no one asked it just the same. The walls remember what I gave, but speak in ways I can't behave. Forgotten in plain sight, I stood, not out of reach, just misunderstood. I wasn't gone, I wasn't lost, just paused beneath the quiet cost. Still part of every night, forgotten in plain sight. The lamp turned on without request, as if to light a silent guest. The floor still creaked beneath my step, but none recalled the dreams I kept. I wore the day like borrowed skin, but found no door to let me in. Forgotten in plain sight, I stayed while conversations danced and swayed. Their eyes moved past, their thoughts went far, but here I sat, just who we are, still breathing out of sight. Forgotten in plain forgotten in plain sight. If ever they should turn to see, the room will show what what's left of me.